So, I mean, there's a lot of guys, but the guy that always gave me the most problems actually was Tracy McGrady.
Tracy McGrady?
Yeah. Tracy McGrady, man. Tracy McGrady with his, he had all the skills and all the athleticism, but he was 6'9", and he was really, really tough to figure out.
Tracy McGrady, one of the most smoothest, most underrated superstars in NBA history. T-Mac had the size of a forward, the handle of a guard, and the scoring instincts of a killer. But just how good was Tracy McGrady actually? Before we start, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, as it further motivates you to make more videos like this. Tracy Lamar Grady Jr. was born on May 24th, 1979 in Florida. Raised by his mother and grandmother, he was a standout athlete in both basketball and baseball. In fact, McGrady almost pursued a baseball career before being discovered at Adidas basketball camp, where he dominated against the best high school players in the country. His performance caught fire, and he later declared for the NBA draft straight out of high school. In 1997, the Toronto Raptors selected him with the 9th overall pick, joining his cousin Vince Carter. But early on, McGrady struggled to find his role, but his potential was obvious. A 6'8" wing with a 7'2" wingspan who can handle, shoot, and defend. But in Toronto, McGrady wasn't able to figure it out. But McGrady's career truly exploded after signing with the Orlando Magic in 2000. Freed from Vince Carter's shadow in Toronto and no longer playing in limited minutes, T-Mac instantly became one of the league's best players. From 2001 to 2004, he averaged over 28 points per game, earned 7 consecutive All-Star selections, and won back-to-back scoring titles. His 2002-03 season remains legendary, averaging 32.1 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 5.5 assists a night. But T-Mac wasn't just scoring, he was doing it with flair, silky fadeaways, one-dribble pull-ups, explosive dunks. T-Mac had it all and was the ultimate offensive weapon. He was unguardable on one-on-ones and dangerous from anywhere on the floor. Even with a flawed Magic team, McGrady was able to lead this team to the playoffs multiple times, often carrying rosters that lacked reliable second options and help. In 2003, McGrady infamously said in an interview that he was looking forward to the second round of the playoffs, only for the Magic to lose a 3-1 series lead to the Pistons. This moment was a defining moment in McGrady's career, not because of his arrogance, but because it marked the beginning of a central narrative, that McGrady, despite his brilliance, simply couldn't get out of the first round. After his stint with Orlando, McGrady took his talents to Houston, where he was traded to the Rockets alongside Juwan Howard in a blockbuster deal that sent Steve Francis to Orlando. Teaming up with Yao Ming, McGrady was supposed to lead the Rockets deep into the playoffs, but injuries had other plans for both McGrady and Yao. Still, McGrady's individual brilliance never wavered. In his debut season in Houston, he averaged 25.7 points per game, 6.2 rebounds, and 5.7 assists per game. His most iconic moment came in December 2004, when he scored 13 points in 33 seconds to defeat the San Antonio Spurs, one of the most shocking clutch performances in NBA history. From 2004 to 2008, McGrady consistently averaged 24 points per game. He took the Rockets to a 22-game winning streak in 2007-08, the second longest in NBA history at the time. But with Yao injured for much of that stretch, McGrady was still able to lead a patchwork squad to victory after victory, showcasing his leadership and willpower. Yet, those injuries eventually caught up to McGrady. His back problems worsened, and a surgery on his knee ended his time as a high-level player. He missed entire playoff series and just couldn't find his rhythm with Yao due to their alternating injuries. One year, Yao would be hurt. The next year, McGrady would be hurt. It simply wasn't a recipe for success. Despite that, McGrady still put up major playoff numbers. In 2005 and 2007, he averaged 30 plus points per game in the postseason, and in nearly every series, His team had a realistic chance to win just due to his star power, but health and depth were always lacking with this Rockets team. T-Mac had the total package. He had the size and wingspan to shoot over defenders. He was compared to Kobe. He had elite ball handling for his position. He had the court vision where he averaged over 5 assists per game at his peak. His mid-range and perimeter scoring was elite. Especially in a time where offenses were slow, McGrady was still able to average 30 points per game in this slow-paced era. He had the ability to guard 1 through 4 defensively, making one of the most versatile players in the entire NBA. McGrady could create his own shot from anywhere on the court. He could isolate, run pick and roll, catch and shoot, or go coast to coast and slam it down transition. He was fluid, efficient, and elegant. A natural scorer who made the game look effortless. He was often compared to Kobe Bryant, and many argue that in his prime, McGrady was just as skilled offensively as the Bean himself. Kobe himself said McGrady was the toughest player he ever had to guard. The key difference though, Kobe had the durability, the mindset, and the championship pedigree, while McGrady had the tools, but not the health. By the late 2000s, McGrady's body could no longer support the demands of stardom. After multiple surgeries and reduced athleticism, he bounced between the Knicks, Pistons, and Hawks. In 2013, T-Mac joined the San Antonio Spurs for a playoff run and finally reached that coveted NBA Finals. Although he didn't play meaningful minutes at all, it was still a small silver lining in a career that deserved more postseason success. Even as a role player, his basketball IQ and respect among peers remained high. But his time as a superstar had definitely ended. By the time McGrady retired, he finished with over 18,000 career points, 7 All-Star selections, 7 All-NBA selections, including 2 first teams, and 2 scoring titles. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2017. More than stats though, McGrady left behind a legacy of pure talent. A walking bucket who could take over a game at any moment. He inspired a generation of tall wings who can handle the ball and shoot, from current players like Paul George to Jason Tatum. T-Mac was proof that you didn't need to be a point guard to be a playmaker. His game was poetry. Never quite duplicated, but still unique. What if T-Mac had stayed healthy is a question you often don't hear, but is really true. What if he and Yao Ming have gotten the support they needed? Many believe that McGrady could have been an NBA champion, perhaps even an MVP. He had the skill, the IQ, and the killer instinct. He just didn't have the longevity, but in his prime, he was a top 5 player in the world, and one of the most feared scorers of his generation. So, how good was Tracy McGrady actually? In his prime, he was nearly unstoppable. A 6'8" scoring machine with handles, vision, and clutch DNA. Injuries may have limited his legacy, but his talent was undeniable.